The world's largest producer of internal combustion engines has finally started to take electrification seriously, so brand new EVs are coming already in the next year. But that doesn't mean that the Japanese manufacturer is giving up on what it does best, which is making gas-powered vehicles. The future will be balanced, with both ICE and EV models coming. So stay with us as Honda CEO announces 5 new Honda models for 2024 and wows everybody. Number 5. Honda Passport. The sales numbers of the Honda Passport have been going down for a while, and that's for a good reason. Even though it hasn't been on sale for too many years, the current generation already feels a little bit outdated, which isn't a surprise if we consider it's still based on the previous generation Pilot. The rest of Honda's SUV range has been redesigned, and now it's time for this two-row midsize SUV to get much-needed updates. The new generation is in development, and the test mule has already been spotted on the road. Although still under heavy camouflage, it shows a few distinctions over the outgoing model, especially if you look at it from the side. The new profile shows a slightly longer rear overhang, which indicates a slight size increase. Moreover, the rooflines seem a little bit flatter than before, while the D-pillar stands a little bit more upright, which indicates a boxier and more rugged look of the new model. On the other hand, it's still hard to see anything through that cover when it comes to the front or rear end design, but we may presume that Honda is about to apply the latest design language and bring a face pretty similar to the Pilot, though probably a little bit more rugged. And while the exterior design is still a mystery, spy photographers managed to take a couple of shots of the new model's interior. There you can see substantial changes, including a way more upscale dashboard design. Of course, the most prominent is the new screen, which now sits on the dash instead of being integrated like in the outgoing generation. Finally, a few words about the powertrain. This aspect shouldn't bring any surprises, but rather the same kind of upgrade we saw in the Pilot. The good old 3.5-liter V6 would carry on with a modest power increase to 285 horsepower and a new 10-speed automatic transmission. We expect it to hit the market in the second half of 2024. Number 4. Acura MDX. The current generation of Acura's midsize SUV has been around for a couple of years, and an updated version is already in the works. The test mule has been spotted, and it clearly shows that the 2025 MDX is about to receive a facelift, considering that both front and rear end designs are covered with camouflage. The test mule features 21-inch alloy wheels and a quad exhaust system that comes in Tiger Eye Pearl finish, which clearly indicates that Acura is testing the high-performance Type S version, but we presume that base models are about to get the same treatment as well. From what we can see under the camouflage, lighting groups seem to be the same, while the new front bumper seems like the key change, with repositioned air intakes and a more aggressive design. The rear bumper also gets slight reshaping. Besides exterior updates, the 2025 MDX might get some changes on the inside as well. We don't believe that some significant dashboard revisions could happen, as the current model still looks nice. Still, a couple of new tech features are always welcome, while an engaging SUV like this also deserves a better infotainment system, because the current interface is arguably one of the worst in the business. As for the mechanics, the thing we would definitely like to see improved is the brakes. Other than that, the driving experience is quite impressive for an SUV, especially with the optional super handling all-wheel drive system. We don't believe this update could bring bigger changes under the hood. Base models will continue with a 3.5-liter V6 with 290 horsepower, while the aforementioned Type S will carry on with a 3-liter turbo V6 with a max output of 355 horsepower. Although the launch date is yet to be announced, most sources suggest that the refreshed model will hit the market already next summer. Number 3. Honda Prologue. While this Japanese car maker enjoys an impeccable reputation when it comes to internal combustion engines, it lags behind the competition when it comes to electrification. Honda has been hesitating to enter the EV game for a long time, so it's no surprise that it still doesn't have an all-electric vehicle offered in North America. That will finally change in the next year, as the brand new Honda Prologue is coming. And because the development of EVs has been neglected for a long time, Honda is forced to borrow technology from other companies. This elegant compact crossover will be more of a Chevrolet under the skin, because it features GM's technology, including the advanced Ultium batteries. We expect that the vast majority of parts will be shared with the all-electric version of the Chevy Equinox, including the electric motors. Therefore, base versions will feature a single electric motor with 210 horsepower, while the dual-motor version is expected to feature a total output of 288 horsepower. As for the battery, both versions will feature an 85 kilowatt-hour battery pack, which will ensure up to 300 miles of range. Of course, the autonomy of the dual-motor version will be slightly shorter, but both variants will feature a relatively decent 155 kWh charging rate. On the inside, the Prologue will look rather conventional, pretty similar to Honda's latest ICE-powered models, which is something we actually like very much. As for the launch date, sales could start already in the first quarter of 2024. Price-wise, if we can trust the latest reports, base versions should cost around $48,000. Number 2. Acura ZDX. Just like Honda, Acura will soon launch its first all-electric SUV, and just like Honda, it'll rely on GM technology. And as we're talking about a premium SUV, the ZDX will rather be based on a Cadillac rather than something from GM's mainstream brands. More precisely, the new ZDX will use the same battery and powertrain as the Cadillac Lyriq, meaning that there will be two variants on offer. Base versions will feature a single electric motor mounted on the rear axle, but it'll be a quite capable motor with 340 horsepower, which promises respectable performance already in the base variant. For those chasing something peppier, it's good to know that Acura will also offer a ZDX with a Type S badge. In that configuration, the new all-electric SUV will feature two electric motors and a total output of 500 horsepower. Besides more power, this version will also get typical Type S upgrades starting from adaptive suspension, Brembo brakes, etc. As for the battery, both versions will feature a massive 102 kWh battery pack, which will ensure a maximum range of up to 325 miles in the single-motor version. Of course, the Type S will feature a bit less impressive autonomy, probably around 280 miles on a single charge. Styling-wise, the new SUV will look pretty futuristic, especially from the front side, while the interior design will be rather conservative, with a classic dashboard layout with a solid number of physical controls still in use. Although the exact launch date is yet to be specified, we know for sure that the ZDX will arrive in 2024 with a starting price of around $60,000. The Type S, on the other hand, is expected to cost around $70,000. Number 1. Honda Ridgeline. Often considered the best midsize pickup on the market, the current generation of the Ridgeline still impresses with its ride quality, comfort, and overall refinement. However, despite all the qualities, the current generation has been around for more than 7 years, so it doesn't surprise that the redesign has been in talks for a while. Officials still keep everything a secret, but insider information suggests that the next generation model has been in an advanced stage of development and that some aspects of this redesign can be predicted relatively easily. First of all, the base layout definitely won't change, and the third generation Ridgeline will certainly carry on with its unibody design, which ensures superior comfort and ride quality over body-on-frame competition. Just like before, the new generation will be based on the Pilot, which has just been redesigned. We expect the Ridgeline to adopt similar styling and interior design, along with the latest tech and convenience features. One of the things that's still unclear is the powertrain. Most likely, the new model will also be relying on the good old V6 with the same upgrades we saw on the 3-row SUV sibling recently. This means a slight power increase and the adoption of a new 10-speed automatic. But most of us believe that the old V6 is just a temporary solution and that Honda will soon after come up with something more efficient, more advanced, and more competitive. That could be a Turbo 4 engine, as that's what rivals are switching to at the moment. But our insiders suggest that Honda engineers have something different in mind: a hybrid powertrain. It looks like Honda is working on a new hybrid powertrain, which will be used for all midsize models, including the Ridgeline. Details are still unknown, but most sources suggest a system based on a Turbo 4 engine with 300 horsepower or more. As for the launch date, the all-new Ridgeline is expected to arrive either in late 2024 or early 2025. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.